He said, I think what makes quizzing so special is that among all the quiz and game shows out there, ours is the one that tends to encourage learning. Quite right, isn't it? When we come to quizzes like the Lupin Aptivate School Foodie Quiz. On that note, a very, very good morning to all of you and welcome to the finale of the Lupin Aptivate School Foodie Quiz 2022. For us at HT School who are bringing you this quiz, it's a moment of great pride to see India's next generation and their passion for this great sport that we call quizzing. Yes, indeed, it is a sport and very much a mind sport that tests the best of us. I see that many people are still joining in, so welcome to each of them who have just been connected. It is a pleasure to have all you great quizzing enthusiasts here. The top 150 people amongst thousands of contenders is no mean feat. And I think you all deserve a round of applause from everybody here at HT School and Lupin Aptivate just for being here. You're all winners in our book. Before we go on, I would like to share a few snippets with you and we will start the quiz. I'll hand it over to the Quizmaster who will do the honors for today. While we started this initiative, when Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz kicked off, we went across to 28 states and union territories of India. Almost 3,000 schools became a part of this Achchi Bhook initiative, and we got almost, of all these 3,000 schools, 325 Indian states, Indian cities and towns along the way they joined in. 325 places across the length and breadth of India, which decided that they wanted to be a part of this Achchi Bhook. And you are the creme de la creme, as we call it. You are the best of the people who have joined in. And I think it is a time to celebrate that. For all of us who've been connected just now, a quick request. If you look at the chat box, I'm going to paste the link for the quiz, which will come up, and we will explain the rules for that to you as well. But let me put the link for the quiz once again. So this is a link which I have put in the chat box. Please click on that link. It's a platform called Quizzes, and it's a very exciting way to play this quiz. It lets us quiz all 160 of you on the same level at the same speed. And not only do you get points for getting answers correct, but you also get better points or more points for giving those answers faster, right? So if you can see that link, please click on it and please make sure that you enter the same email ID with which you registered for Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook, the school foodie quiz 2022, right? We have students across all 12 grades, from grades 1 through 12, who participated from more than 3,000 schools across 325 Indian cities and towns. And I think we have a representation from 28 Indian states and union territories. So that's all of India who's really participating in this Achchi Bhook. I will share the link with all of you once more before we kick off. But for now, let me introduce the two stars of the quiz mastering forum today and the two people who will bring this quiz to all of you and to all of you stars out there. Dr. Navin Jayakumar is going to be our quiz master for today. An ophthalmologist by profession and a quiz master by passion, Dr. Navin Jayakumar, or Doc as we like to call him, is a founding member of the Quiz Foundation of India, which is the Chennai chapter of India's quizzing communities. He is the founder and honorary director of Darshan Eye Hospital in Chennai, and he was the head of neuro-ophthalmology at Shankar Nethralaya till 2005. That is his professional pedigree. In addition to being the quiz master at some of India's leading open quizzes, Dr. Navin Jayakumar has also been the host for India's largest school quiz, the online school quiz called the HT Smart Act, HT Smart Class Act 2022, brought to you by the Hindustan Times. We called it the Hindustan Times Republic Day Quiz, HT Class Act 2022. And if you're interested in that, we'll have the next chapter coming up very soon next year, right, in January. Dr. Navin Jayakumar is also a trained classical pianist, and he also is the winner of the Cicely Gaussian Trophy for the best performance in the senior grade examinations of Trinity College of Music, London. Now, if that is not an impressive pedigree, I don't know what is. Welcome, Dr. Navin. And before I hand it over to you, I also have a quick round of introduction to make for the second Quizmaster who will be supporting him today, right? Supporting him is our own Avinash Mudaliar, an avid quizzer as well as Quizmaster and the co-founder of HT Labs. Avinash is extremely passionate about building products, and when he's not building products, he also enjoys traveling and quizzing to discover more about the world. One of India's most prolific quizmasters, Avinash has been quizzing for more than 35 years and has conducted 1,000 plus quizzes in the last 20 years or so. He has also won over 800 major quizzes by participating in them. And he used to host UTPT, Under the People Tree, which was Asia's largest quiz festival back in the day. And he was also co-host with Dr. Navin Jayakumar for the world's largest online school quiz, Class Act 2022, which is the Hindustan Times Republic Day quiz, which we will come up with again in 2023 as well. He was Quizmaster for the Times Mac Moto Quiz, the Ernst & Young Knowledge Quiz, and the Power of Ideas Sprint Quiz conducted by the Economic Times, to name but a few. The internet has made it easier to register and participate in such online quizzes at the click of a button. This was proved by the more than 10,000 participants who showed up for the prelims of the Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz 2022, which we conducted on the Quizzes platform earlier. Dr. Navin Jayakumar will take you through the quiz, and he will also be supported by Avinash throughout this quiz as well. Before I hand it over to Dr. Navin, a quick look at what will be the rules for today, and he will explain the rules to you as well. But for now, I will show you the rules for today. We will conduct this finale on Zoom, where you're already here, on Quizzes platform, which you are logged in. I will share the link once again while Dr. Navin takes over. Please ensure that you sign in to Zoom and Quizzes, both using the same email ID that you used while registering for the School Foodie Quiz 2022. Using a different email ID may lead to disqualification, and we certainly do not want that. Please ensure that your first and last name matches when you log into Zoom, as well as when you log into Quizzes, the same names that you gave at the time of registration. Please ensure that you have a good internet connectivity, since this is a live quiz. If unfortunately you happen to drop off due to internet issues or any other technical issues, you may miss out on a few questions by the time you log back in and decrease your chances of making it to the top of the podium. Questions shall not be repeated, since this is a live quiz, and HT School and the organizers shall not be able to compensate any such drop-offs. Please keep your videos and cameras on throughout the finale, but please stay on mute unless the Quizmaster himself asks you to unmute yourself. Please adhere to all the protocols which the organizing team has communicated with you. And of course, at the very end of the quiz, once the results are ready and the scores are set, we will be announcing the winners of Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook, the school foodie quiz. If all the stage is set, let me quickly post once again the link for quizzes which you can join, and then we will hand over the stage to Dr. Navin Jayakumar. A moment, please. For one last time, please check the chat for people who have joined in just now. I have posted a link, clicking on which will take you to the quizzes platform. Please make sure that you are playing the quiz on the quizzes platform, and the Zoom call into which you are logged in plays in the background, where Dr. Naveen will interact with you, maybe even drop a few hints here and there, which are not there on the slide, and guide you through the quiz. We have a lot of audience questions as well for everybody who's watching us on social media and elsewhere. All right, let us quickly hand this over to Dr. Navin Jayakumar. Doc, all yours.
Thank you, Meghasham, and welcome to this quiz. And it's going to be a very pleasant morning. And the next 1 hour, we're going to explore all sorts of things related to food. So since you're running a little late, let me get going with the quiz itself, as many of you are very eager to dive into your plates of questions and answers. So, Meghasham, are you set to go?
No, sir, wait, sir, wait. Sir, please repeat the instruction. I've just joined it. Apologies for that.
Can you share the quizzes link again?
Yes, please. This is Meghasham and Doc. I'm sharing the quizzes link again.
Sure.
And this is the link. Please take a look. I have shared it again.
Yeah, so this will be the last time we will be sharing the link. In case there are people joining after this, we will not be encouraging any more participants.
Kindly keep it for a while, sir.
No, ma'am, it is there for permanency. So you can, all you need to do is just go on to the chat and it's there. Okay, the link does not disappear.
I agree with Avinash. Parents have been waiting on a weekend, and we will not delay this any longer. We will start off. Dr. Naveen, I have shared the link once again. All yours.
Yep. Right, Meghasham, thank you very much. We have about 35 questions. Am I right, Meghasham? 35 questions for our participants. But we also have 5 questions or so for the audience, which we will get to that particular slide and we'll explain how that works. Okay. So let's start with the very first question of Achchi Bhook, the School Foodie Quiz 2022, brought to you by Aptivate. And here it comes. In Scoville units, the Carolina Reaper from the USA rates about 2.2 million. The highest Indian entry on the list comes from the Northeast at 1.58 million. Guntur in Andhra Pradesh is the largest center for its trade in Asia. Which New World fruit or vegetable are we talking about? Some little mistakes in spelling are allowed. Don't worry about it. So you can see the timer going there. This is a fill in the blank. So just type in the box that has been provided and submit your answers to us. From the Northeast, the famous one is known as the Bhoot Jolokia. And that's it. The time's up on that first question of our quiz. And let's take a look at the answer. Okay, in the leaderboard, it's still very, very early days, so don't worry about this. The answer is the chili or the peppers, which are red hot or green hot as the color may go. So botanically, the chili is actually a fruit, although we use it mostly in savory dishes. And the bhoot jalokia, as I mentioned, is India's hottest chili. And the heat of the chili, the amount of pungency that it has, is measured by something known as the Scoville unit. So you can go and read about that after this quiz is done. As you can see, we're accepting all other kinds of spellings of the word chili as well. So moving on to the second question, that's a good start for all of you. Here comes question number 2. While traveling by train to Delhi, if the train halts at Mathura, you might alight on the platform to buy which local delicacy that is an important part of the sweets offered during Janmashtami. Is it the Mathura Petha? Is it the Mathura Barfi? Is it the Mathura Laddu? Or is it the Mathura Peda?
A quick request to everybody. Please do not use the annotation or notation option. I think this is a child who's doing it. So this time we will be lenient, but please do not scribble on the screen.
Yeah, and a small request is if you do these kind of things, you end up, destroying your chances. So do not do this. Be careful. Do not expose.
Hi, I have a request. We got thrown out of the mail ID. So can we have the quiz code again, please?
Yes, one moment. You are back in this, so I will share it on chat. One moment.
Sure.
Meghasham, you can go ahead. I will send it to ma'am directly.
Okay.
How do we answer?
Beg your pardon?
How do we attempt to answer?
So you will have to log in again, and the quiz, it will take you to whichever stage the quiz is at. So we will not be able to repeat any questions. My team
you will need to answer on the quizzes platform. There are 2 platforms. One is you need to be logged into Zoom and you need to be logged into quizzes. The link for quizzes is given in the chat box. Kindly log into quizzes with your name and your email ID, and you will immediately get to the state at which the quiz is at this particular point in time. We request all the students to not use the writing instruments on the tool, as you will end up exposing answers, and then you can start replying on the quizzes platform. That's how you play the game, right? So yeah, we can move on.
Right.
Okay.
So let's move on to the answer to that second question. Next slide. Yes. So the answer is the Mathura Peda. Okay. Petha is a different dish altogether, which I shall not talk about now, but it is the Mathura Peda. Okay. P-E-D-A. Right. Next question coming up on your screens. And here it is. From the Mathura Peda to the chefs themselves who are making something very, very interesting here. Please note the upturned kadhai there, which is being used. What are all these chefs making? Is it a tandoori roti? Is it sheermal? Is it rumali roti? Or is it a naan? Quick answers coming up there. You have about 10 seconds left. So see how thin that roti was? It can be folded into a very small size, okay, which probably gives it its name. And your time's up. We'll take a look. Right, so points rapidly ratcheting up on the screen there. Meghasham, here's the answer, all of you. It's a Rumali roti. Rumal, as you know, is a handkerchief. And because it's folded so many times, it can literally slip into your pocket. So it looks like a rumal or a handkerchief. And that's how it gets its name, Rumali roti. Wonderful, all of you. Let's move on to the very next question of the Aptivate Achchi Bhook quiz. And here it is. From Rumali rotis to salads. So this salad is made with lettuce. On top of it, you have Parmesan cheese and croutons, which are basically fried bread sticks, small bread cubes, dressed in lemon juice, olive oil, and mustard. It shares its name with a famous Roman general and statesman. Okay, so can you name this salad? So I'm just looking for one word. Think of a famous Roman general or statesman and just put his name down. So think of a famous Roman general, or he became an emperor. He tried to become an emperor, but he was assassinated. What is his name?
Sir, how will you see our emoji? How will know what is our emoji that has been giving the answers correctly?
You don't need to worry about the emojis. Okay, now you will have your scores coming up on your screen itself.
It is how much score it is? 060,276.
It will be somewhere in that region.
Okay.
So the answer to that is, of course, the Roman general and statesman was Julius Caesar. But please note, this salad is not named after Julius Caesar. It's actually named after Cesar Cardini, who invented it in his restaurant in Tijuana in Mexico in 1924. So this is the Caesar after whom the Caesar salad is named. It's not named after the Roman general themselves. Okay? So.
Excuse me, sir. You have typed the wrong spellings, but the answer is only.
So we have given some of the possible wrong spellings. We can't give all possible options of spellings. But some of the common wrong ones we listed.
E and A. But many of the kids are very small and they've used Z.
Like for us also, EA.
They mentioned Z instead of sounding, because there are grade 2 and grade 3 kids.
Yeah, it can only accommodate a certain number of wrong spellings. It cannot correct everything.
But they know Z.
We did not
I'm not going to entertain any more of these.
So we anyways look at all the answers personally, so do not worry about it. We will solve it at the end of the quiz. So do not worry, right?
Okay.
If you have put a Z or a I, as long as you have not spelled Caesar as scissors, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you, Avinash.
So should we counter it or no from our side?
You don't need to do anything.
No, don't counter your Caesar with a scissor. We can move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. And here it comes on the screen. So from salad, let's see what's being served up next by Meghasham. Okay, I think there's a little glitch there. We just wait until Meghasham sorts it.
Doc, we have a slight blank on this slide. I don't know. I think there's a glitch on the quizzes platform.
Shall I
but
read
that's not
out
a
the
problem.
question?
Yes, I will show the question to you. Give me one moment.
I got the
I will
question
show
on
the
my
question.
screen. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I will give you the, yeah, one moment.
Excuse me, sir.
just 1 minute. Yeah. So here is the quiz. Often served in steamer baskets, what name that roughly translates to touch your heart is given to these bite-sized portions of Chinese food. They are traditionally consumed with tea for breakfast or lunch, but never dinner. Is it A, wonton, B, dim sum, C, yum cha, or D, fuyong? So that was the question. A, wonton, B, dim sum, C, yum cha, or D, fuyong. Okay, some quick answers coming up once again. So this is a steamed small sized portions which you can pop into your mouth. So because it's steamed, it's considered very healthy. All right, time's up. And let's take a look at the answer. Okay, so that's the leaderboard now. So the answer happens to be dim sum. Okay, sometimes dim sums are also served with tea when they are known as yum cha, but the word dim sum actually means touch your heart, and that's what we were looking for. I'm sure many of you who've gone to Chinese restaurants may have experienced this particular dish as well. So moving forward, we did the salads, we've done dim sum. Let's see what's next in score. I think for the next, for the next question, we are going to invite our audience to participate in this particular question coming up for you. And Meghasham will share that audience question very soon.
Audience question will come up after this one. I will just share. There's one more. We are going to play with the team ones.
Okay, you're going to do one more team question. All right.
Yes.
We'll do one more team question and then we'll go to the audience question. Okay, here is question 6 for all of you. And this is it. Popular in Eastern European cuisine and the national dish of Ukraine, which sour soup gets its distinctive red color from beets? UNESCO recently placed it on the list of intangible cultural heritage in need of urgent safeguarding because of the danger posed by the Russian invasion. So which soup is this, which is a national dish of Ukraine? Is it A, borscht, B, goulash, C, okroshka, or D, gazpacho? I'll read the options again. Is it A, borscht, B, goulash, C, okroshka, or D, gazpacho? So you have about 25 seconds left to answer this question. It gets its distinctive red color from beets. Okay, time's up, and it's time to look at the answer. Okay, Sumit is in head position right now. So the answer happens to be borscht. Is what's next to be served? We'll wait for Meghasham to tell us that. The question on PowerPoint, Meghasham, and then go to this, since you seem to be having.
Yeah, it's an audience question. We will switch to the questions on PowerPoint. Yeah.
Yeah. So audience question coming up. So teams, you can, participants, you can just relax now. This question, which is coming up, is for the audience. We have a fair bit of audience, which is watching in on YouTube. So welcome to all of you, and hope you're enjoying yourselves. Okay, here is the audience question. Motu Patlu is an Indian animated television series adapted from the classic comic strip Lotpot. The story revolves around Motu and Patlu, two friends living in the Furfuri Nagar, and their daily activities. Throughout the series, which snack or food does Motu keep trying to steal from a small shopkeeper named Chaiwala? Is it A, Vada Pav, B, Jalebi, C, cream roll, or D, samosa? So please type in your answer as a WhatsApp message and send it to the phone number that you see on the screen, +91 93035 26628. Okay, so let's move on with the quiz. Time to get back to our participants. This is just the first of many audience questions that we have. So stay tuned in, audience, and we'll get back to you with another couple of questions coming up shortly.
Naveen, we'll wait for 30 seconds to just switch the link so that.
Okay, we'll switch this quizzes link. Yeah. Okay. Participants, don't do anything. Just wait.
Naveen, the switch is taking another 10 seconds. Maybe we can just ask the audience a couple of questions on our own.
We just wait a minute, no issues.
Yeah, I can maybe ask the audience some impromptu questions to keep them.
Well, if you think of anything, let me know.
Yeah. So here's the question. You can answer only on chat, and it's not a competition, so it's just for fun. So the question goes, which Indian sweet gets its name because of the fact that when it is created, it actually resembles ice or frozen ice? Which Indian sweet gets its name, okay, because of the fact that it resembles ice? Okay, everybody seems to have got, not chuski, not kulfi, not barf ka gola, not mahim halwa. Yeah, mahim halwa is a nice sweet. It stays because mahim is close to my house, but no, it's not mahim halwa, not peta. There is one person who's answering peta for every answer and saying peta is by peda. No, this is barfi, right? Because it looks like baraf. Okay, this is barfi because it looks like baraf. I'll ask you another question. Which very famous Indian food item, we can claim it as Indian, but it did not originate from India. It came to India from Persia, and the word actually means fried, right? So you can actually call it, the name of this dish, which is cooked in many Indian homes and even abroad, gets its name from Persian for fried. So it's literally Persian fried rice, right? But like how we have Chinese fried rice, we have this rice dish, which is actually getting its name from Persian for fried. So which dish is this? Okay, someone has said pulao. No. Okay, everyone seems to be knowing their food perfectly, right? The answer is biryani, from biryan, which means fried. Yes, the answer is biryani, from biryan, which means fried. Okay, we'll have a couple of more questions. Okay, we'll have we'll have a question which, actually, I think many of the parents literally tell their children to eat carrots to improve eyesight. We'll have our ophthalmologist out here clear the myth on that. So, Dr. Naveen, does eating carrots actually improve eyesight, or was that a PR strategy?
No, it's definitely not a myth, okay? Because carrots contain vitamin A. Generally, all the colored vegetables, which are bright red and orange, contain a fair bit of vitamin A. And as all of you know, vitamin A is very, very important for our retina, our vision. Okay, so that's why it's important to eat it. But one good thing about vitamin A is because it is such an important vitamin, it's actually stored in the human body, in your liver. So just because you didn't eat a carrot today, it doesn't mean that you're going to have vitamin deficiency tomorrow. But if you don't eat these vegetables regularly, over time, the store of your vitamin A will get reduced in your body, and then you'll start to get vitamin A deficiencies. But India
Dr.
has
Navin,
done a
I had
wonderful
read somewhere.
job. India has done a wonderful job in reducing the amount of vitamin A deficiencies. From the time when I started 30 years ago in college, we used to get a lot of vitamin A deficiency cases in the villages and the poorer communities. Nowadays, you hardly see it at all because of other food items which have been fortified with vitamin A.
But Dr. Navin, I had read somewhere that the British pilots during World War actually started saying eat carrots to improve eyesight because they did not want the world to know that they had invented radar or they had discovered.
That is true. That is a famous false story which was put out by the British during World War II, because one of the symptoms of vitamin A deficiency is people not being able to see very clearly in the dark, because the eye is not able to work properly in the dark. So during World War II, the British had invented the radar, which the Germans did not have, and therefore they were able to spot the German aircraft planes trying to attack Britain, and were able to get their own planes up in the air and attack the German planes because they were using radar. Now, they did not want the Germans to know about radar, so they pretended that the British pilots had better eyesight for the night because they ate a lot of carrots. Okay, so that was a false story put out by the British to confuse the Germans that they had actually invented radar.
Thanks, Doctor. That was a fantastic nugget of information. I think we are ready. So Arnab, you can share screen and we can start.
Okay, moving on to question 7. So this is one of the first of 4 or 5 questions on sponsor Lupin's Activate syrup. So it is a tonic that helps children stimulate the appetite. What delicious flavor does Aptivate syrup come in? Is it orange, pineapple, strawberry, or chocolate? If you've been seeing some of the slides earlier, you might have seen one particular fruit coming up, and that's a clue for all of you. Right, so 30 seconds is enough time for you to pick a topic, or pick a fruit rather. Is it A, orange, B, pineapple, C, strawberry, or D, chocolate?
So the options are not coming in the quiz app. So
okay, so 151 of you have answered. Well done. And
So
the answer was there in each of our answer slides. You might have noticed a particular fruit that you have seen. So let's take a look at the answers on your screen. 136 of you said pineapple, and the answer happens to be pineapple.
So the answer, the screen is not, the option is not coming, sir. Hello? Sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Let someone answer it from the technical team.
Yeah, Tejas from the team will reach out to you. We can move on. It came for everyone else now. So let's.
So yes, I'm chatting with you, sending you a message.
So we need to see the next question. So I'll wait for Arnab to get the next question ready.
यार आया नश मत करो यार.
Here is that pineapple which comes on all our answer slides. Next slide, please. And that was your answer. It was not orange or strawberry or chocolate, but it was pineapple. Let's move to the next question. Here's question 8. A brand produced primarily which food item did Jerry Greenfield and Benjamin Cohen? Please look at these names. Jerry Greenfield and Benjamin Cohen started in Burlington, Vermont in 1978. A brand producing which food item? Some of the most famous products have been themed after musicians, comedians, and public figures such as Jerry Garcia, Stephen Colbert, Colin Kaepernick, and Fish. So is it A, burgers, B, cupcakes, C, tacos, or D, ice cream? Your time is going to start now shortly. I think and click ahead, I think, for the... Thank you.
Excuse me, sir, there are in 2 questions, we are not being shown options. So how are we going to select it? It's only showing the screen of participant.
Ma'am, it might be a one-off case, so I request you to log off and come back in because everyone else is.
Because everyone else seems to be getting it, so there may be a problem with your connection. Please, if you want, you can just log off and log back in again. Right, so Sumit's still ahead, and a lot of you have said ice cream. I wonder why. Let's take a look at the answer slide coming up for you. The next one. So if you looked at their names, it was Jerry Greenfield and Benjamin Cohen. So if you join the 2 names, you get Ben and Jerry. And a lot of you may be knowing that Ben and Jerry's is one of the most famous brands of ice cream in the world. Okay, so the answer happens to be A, ice creams. Next question coming up. Can we move to the next question, please? This 1895 meter tall mountain in the Western Ghats in the Chikmagalur district of Karnataka is named after Baba Budan, a 17th century Sufi saint whose shrine is revered by both Hindus and Muslims. What food item did Baba Budan introduce to India? Was it a potato, or did he introduce tamarind, or was it coffee, or was it tomato? What did Baba Budan introduce to India? You have 30 seconds. A lot of you quickly answering there. And your time is over. Couple of seconds left. Yep. Right. So let's see what it says here. The answer, a lot of you have said coffee, and the answer happens to be coffee. Let's take a look at the answer. So Baba Budan was a very interesting figure from Africa, where coffee was actually being produced. He smuggled the coffee seeds to India to create the coffee plantations in India. And the interesting story about how he had brought it was he hid the coffee beans, 7 coffee beans. He hid it in his beard and brought it to India. And that's how coffee cultivation started in India. That's a very interesting story about Baba Budan in 1600. So your answer happens to be coffee. And so we have him to thank for our morning cup of coffee. So next question coming up to all of you. Let's take a look at that. Traditionally eaten during the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, identify this bakery product with a filling consisting of red bean or lotus seed paste. It's named after its resemblance to a heavenly body. So if you cut it, sometimes you may find a round colored center, and therefore it resembles a certain heavenly body which is close to us. Which heavenly body does it look like? And that's how it gets its name. It's a very important Chinese festival in their calendar. It's known as the Mid-Autumn Festival. And for that, they make this particular kind of dish. Think of heavenly bodies. There are not too many around us, near us. Okay, time's up. Let's see. It will obviously show the leaderboard a little, but it doesn't. Okay, good. All right, let's wait for the answer to come up. Here you go. That's the answer. So those of you who wrote sun, I'm sorry, it's not the sun. So one of the important features of the Mid-Autumn Festival is the big full moon, known as the harvest moon. And that's why they make these cakes called moon cakes. Okay. So these are the moon cakes, which are a very typical tradition associated with the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival. Next question. Which traditional multi-course festive meal, almost 36 items on this wonderful royal feast from the northern part of India, it's always concluded with a dish called gustaba and a cold dessert called firni. What is the name of this multi-course meal? Okay, one word starting with the letter W. Okay. Can we move to the next one and get the timer started? So gushtaba and firni are always parts of 2 of the dishes in the 36 courses or so, which is served in this very special meal. Okay, you have about 5 seconds left, I think. And that's it. So let's move on to the answer. Okay, we look at that scoreboard a little later. Still lots of questions to go through. So the answer happens to be, this meal is known as a wazwan. Okay, so here you can see this is one of the main dishes. It's from Kashmir and it was brought in during the time of Taimur when he came to India, and it has influences of Iran, Persian dishes, Afghani cuisine, all that mixed with the local Indian traditions. creates this wonderful meal called the Vazwan. In fact, one of the famous chefs in India called Jigs Kalra mentioned that it is the next best thing to experiencing Kashmir than actually visiting the valley itself. Okay, if you can't visit the valley, have the Vazwan meal. Here's the next question.
Sir, we have mentioned.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry to interrupt. Vazwan spelling. We have made double A.
Don't worry, as I told you, if it's still not in the wrong spellings that we have been provided, we shall be manually checking them also later.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Just
Using
need
a
to know how
variety
much.
of fresh vegetables, what dish popular in winter gets its name from a term meaning upside down in Gujarati? Is it fafda, khaman, undhiyu, or khandvi? This might be a little more familiar to you. So in the fill in the blanks, don't worry too much about the spelling schemes because we will manually check them also and make sure that we will be lenient with some other kinds of spelling mistakes which we have not thought of and listed. Okay. Right. So time is up and we'll move on to the answers. Of course, with a quick break, I guess, to the leaderboard. Where Sumit is still leading, followed by Arvind. And here is the answer. So the answer happens to be the undhiyu, which is actually made upside down. The pot is turned upside down and the fire comes from the top. Okay, that's how it is traditionally made. And that's how it gets its name, undhiyu. Okay, it's like a Gujarati casserole. Okay, right. Moving on to the next question. So we have an audience question coming up. So teams, you can relax now. This one is for all of us watching the Aptivate Achchi Bhook Foodie Quiz 2022 on YouTube. Here is your next question, and please send the answer by WhatsApp to the number shown. Which of the following is a tagline of Lupin's Aptivate syrup? Is it naturally or is it Meri Bhook Mahan? Our quizzing team has come up with some interesting wrong answers for you to figure out. So moving on to our teams. Teams, here is your question 13. What is the English name of the spice that in most Indian languages is named from the fact that it originated in China? Today, it is mostly grown in Indonesia, China, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka. Think of one of the spices very commonly used.
The screen is not moving for us.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm reading out the question. What is the name?
The screen is not moving.
The screen is not moving.
Yes, sir.
We can't see the question 13 screen.
Sir, this question is not
Okay,
showing.
because on my screen I'm able to
Yes,
see
sir,
it.
this question is
So
not showing.
It will probably show up in a while. Just 1 minute.
Just give us a second. It moves.
Can you all see the screen? Because it's clear right now.
I can see the screen.
The quizzes.
No,
On quizzes it's frozen.
we cannot see.
No, sir, we cannot see. I can only see audience.
No problem. No problem. No.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
We could not see.
screen is frozen, sir. We can see the question here, but not on the quizzes.
Okay. So you can see it on the Zoom, but not on quizzes. So we'll rectify that in a bit. So please don't do anything to your quizzes page until we tell you to do it.
Can't see anything. In gallery, it's in gallery view that does not work.
Hi everyone. Sorry, we're just checking the quizzes platform. Kindly request all of you to be a little patient. Just resolving it as soon as possible on our end. Sorry for the delay. Yes, we're trying. Just a few more minutes and we'll get the platform sorted. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for holding back on and participating in the quiz. Thank you very much.
While the quizzes platform comes back online, this is me, Meghasham Shirodkar, one of your quizmasters. We are getting it back online for you to move, and we'll finish quickly. My fellow quizmaster Avinash will take you through the rest of the quiz. But until then, for brownie points, pat on the back. If you want to shout out the answers, you can do that. You can put it on the chat as well. I think putting it on the chat is good. So let's ask a couple of food questions. We'll start with a simple one. There was an ad. There was an advertisement by Burger King. Burger King, of course, being the one of the premier quick service restaurants, fast food restaurants. So they once posted an ad asking for employees. And the ad simply said, why work for a clown when you can work for a king? So what or who was the target of this ad? What were they talking about? You can put it on the chat. Lots of answers coming in. McDonald's, McD. Indeed, Ronald McDonald, the clown, is the mascot of McDonald's. And Burger King and McDonald's have this love-hate relationship in which they try and take pot shots at each other and keep all of us entertained. So Burger King was saying that we are a king. So why work for a clown? Why work for McDonald's when you can actually work for a king? So very, very good answering, fast answering by everybody. Their answers are still coming in. Very, very good. And very, very nice to see this. While the platform, he says that I have met McDonald's. Very, very good. Let's ask you another food question. So let's see. When we are talking about a certain thing that we consume, okay, it can be a food, it can be a drink. All around the world, you will see that most of the countries have one of two kind of names for this thing. It depends upon whether that product first came to that country by land, through a land trade route, or that product first reached their shores by sea. So all the countries who received that thing for the very first time through land call it something. And all the other countries who received that product by means of sea routes call it by words which sound similar. Any guesses what that product could be that we consume, either eat or drink? Okay, I see a very nice answer which says rice, cola. Cola is a very good answer too. We see, but very, very good answers from a handful of you who say tea or chai, which is indeed the right answer. If it came by sea, typically they call it cha, chai, like we call it ourselves. If it came by land, they used to call it ta, tea, te, depending on what their language is. Very, very good answers, but rice and cola were great answers as well. Rice, of course, almost as widespread as rice, as wheat and cola and sugar and tea also. Okay, one last question, and then we will move back to regular proceedings. In the days of the ancient Aztecs and the Mayans, there was one commodity, there was one product, one thing which we consume, which was held to be so precious that only the royals could consume it. Any guesses? Somebody quickly had written sugar, but it's not sugar. Mushrooms, says somebody. Okay, not mushrooms, nor pepper. It is chocolate, as many of you have written. Chocolate is something that was considered so precious and so valuable that only the royals and the high priests could consume chocolate. So very, very good. I can't give you chocolates in real life, but virtual chocolates to all of you. And let's take a look if we have the platform back up. When we come back and the quizzes platform is ready, my fellow quizmaster Dr. Navin Jayakumar.
No, I mean, Meghasham, people are already gotten used to your style, so you can take the quiz to closure, no problem.
Okay.
But I can obviously, pitch in with a few questions until you get up.
Fair enough. No problem. We will do that. But until the link gets up ready, let's have one last question. And then Avinash has kindly decided to let me continue. Yes, we see you and people have adjusted their times. We're supposed to finish by 11. 10 to 11 was our time. And a little bit of gremlins in the machine. Into all food recipes also sometimes a little salt or mirchi becomes extra. But we kind of adjust because it's a home, it's part of the same family, right? So we would really appreciate your patience. And we will finish this quiz very, very soon. My team tells me that they're back to getting this online. Let me take.
So ma'am, we appreciate all your feedback. This is a community quiz, and this is a reason we also scheduled it on a weekend so that people can be relaxed and enjoy the quiz at will, right? We hope to finish the quiz by 12, and we will try and finish it by 12. So Meghasham, if you're ready, we can just get on to the quiz.
The quiz itself, all right. Team, can we have the quizzes platform? Can we tell the people to have it ready? One moment, please. The screen is still frozen, is the feedback that we have received. Can we tell people to log off and log back in? Don't log off yet, people. One moment.
If we log off, our points will not be deducted to 0.
No, please do not log off.
Do not log off.
Please do not log off.
Please stay where you are.
I see a sync button there, on the quizzes platform. Can you check with the tech team? Are we supposed to do that? The sync button is there, like a refresh symbol.
No. Kindly don't do that.
Don't press any button. Don't press any button. We will have to do it at the back end. I think these are some of the things which even the most not even the most Elon Muskest of people cannot project or foresee. We will allow in the people who are trying to log in with a different device. We'll see that if that is possible. Please wait.
The audience quiz is only causing this glitch, I think. So I think we should try to avoid it if possible. Last time also it happened.
That is one of the things that we are looking at. Yes, that maybe the audience questions, because we have almost 10,000 people who registered to watch and see this quiz while you played it. That's why, we have to kind of take them along as well. Elon Musk statement is quite big. Yes, almost everything to do with Elon Musk is very, very big.
Like you took the previous quiz, like the first.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thanks for all the feedback. We are moving on to the next. We have one audience question coming up before we flash the quizzes link back up, right? So all of you can try it on the chat. This is the question. The long-held belief that some members of this mammalian family have an insatiable sweet tooth has been proved to be false. In reality, these large animals are more interested in the protein-rich larvae which are found nearby, and they are not actually attracted by the sweet structures in which the larvae are found. Hence, they are willing to take or undergo severe harm to get this nutrition, right? So which large animal are we talking about, and what love for food does this animal supposedly display, which might not actually be true? Okay, there are many people who seem to know a lot about this animal. Bears and honey are perfectly right. Okay, I think we are pretty much sorted, and I think we should be ready to go online.
All right. Thanks to the technical team. Can everybody, I hope everybody is able to see the next question now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, the screen is black.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'd also just like to say, I'd like to thank everybody for.
Any question 13.
We can't see, sir.
Can't see any.
Can't see, sir.
It's visible.
It's
is-
coming up.
Yeah, it is coming up. Okay, so all of you kindly do also check your internet connections. Please understand that the internet and the servers, etc., across the world have issues sometimes. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. So thanks for your patience, and I think we should be ready to continue. Yeah, let's start, Megasham.
Can you please present your screen from the quizzes platform?
Sir, we cannot see the question, please.
It will come up. Even I cannot see it as of now.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm
Sorry for
telling
disturbing. Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm telling my team to
Actually,
put it up.
Children are very excited.
I know. And more than the children, I think we need to thank all of you parents because not only have you been patient with over the last hour and a half, but you've also made time to be with your kid and play this quiz as a family, which I think is much more important than one person or one parent playing it alone. So we will try and make sure that we get this fixed and we proceed. My team, can we quickly have everybody's screen showing the quizzes platform as well?
Megasham, I think we are back on. Can we start?
Yes, actually I was... yes, Avinash, I cannot see the questions on my screen. So I was wondering what has happened.
No, I don't think he has present. I think Arnav needs to just present it over here, but I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Arnav needs to present it over here because otherwise I'll be asking blind. The participants can see the playing platform.
Sir, please start.
Yes, ma'am. You can see that the screen is being shared. Please understand that there are people playing this quiz from over 100 different locations, right? So it puts pressure into the central system. It's back right now, as you can see.
All right.
Right? We can start.
So question 13. What is the English name of the spice that in most Indian languages is named from the fact that it originated in China? And those text in italics is supposed to give you a clue. Today, we see it grown mostly in Indonesia, China, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka. And let us take you to play it now. You have to type in the answer and quickly 45 seconds. As always, we have tried to accommodate lots of answer options in terms of spelling.
Yeah, and kindly do not worry about spellings. Kindly do not worry about the leaderboard. We will be manually going through each and every one of your answer sheets. We will also manually evaluate it. The results which we put at the end of the quiz will be provisional. After that, we will manually evaluate each and every person's answer sheet, everyone who has answered it, and the final list will be announced either on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, right? So do not worry about your spellings. Do not worry about, spelling errors, answers disappearing. All of that will be manually checked in the back end. So do not worry about it, right? Okay. And whatever, and all the winners who have won, don't rejoice so much, because it's after 3 days and after reconciliation, it is like rechecking the answer papers in IIT and NEET. You might have another IIT JEE topper or another Aptivate Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz topper. So yeah, you can have a provisional enjoyment today, but the final results will be on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
And we will be going very fast by popular demand, because we want to close it by 12. So we will start moving very quickly.
Absolutely. My team, I think people entered the option, but we are showing 0 out of 370 people have answered. So we need to check that as well at the back end. And don't worry, everybody who's answered.
Yeah, we will check it, and we can move on to the next question now.
Next question, please. Question number 14. The answer, of course, was cinnamon. These are all the answer options. We have an Aptivate question again. Nice. So Aptivate syrup has 3 main advantages for growing children. 2 of them are improving appetite and increasing immunity. What is the third major advantage of Aptivate syrup? Does it cure the common cold? Does it reduce fever? Does it boost energy? Or does it supply vitamin D? And your time begins now. Multiple choice question. 30 seconds is what you get. And we will need to check this, team, because even for this question, I don't see the answers getting recorded. And I'm guessing many people are answering this because they have studied about Lupin's Aptivate syrup. We are, of course, in the Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz. 5 seconds to go. And time is up. Please keep entering your answers, even if you don't see them on screen. The quizzes platform makes sure that all of them are recorded. Let's take a look at the answer slide. This is, of course, it boosts energy. Boosts energy is what we were looking for. Let's move on so that we can make this fast for everybody. Moving on, yes, let's show them the answer slide. It boosts energy. That is what we were looking for, the fact that it boosts energy. Great, if all of you answered that correctly. Moving on to question number 15. The dried rhizome of which plant was used in powder form to make biscuits? And it was particularly popular in British India. Even today, the powdered form of this dried rhizome is used to make a certain variety of biscuits. And your options are arrowroot, Marie, marshmallow, or cracker. Which of these is made from the dried rhizome of this plant? And let's go on to the attempt so that people can enter their answers. Multiple choice once again. Do not worry about what you see on screen. All the answers get recorded at the quizzes backend, and we will pull up the data as soon as we finish the quiz. 15 seconds to go. And my team, doffing a hat to all the parents who have been patient enough with us, once time runs out, we will move as quickly ahead as possible. We will skip the leaderboard because it shows the same number now. And let's show you the answer. This is, of course, the dried rhizome of the plant that is called arrowroot. Arrowroot is what I was looking for. You have even a NutriChoice arrowroot biscuit as well. Moving on to question number 16. Which indispensable part of Indian cuisine, and when I say indispensable, I mean especially in the south and west regions of India, which indispensable part of Indian cuisine comes from a tree whose botanical name is Murraya quinigi? Is it the bay leaf, which we also call tej patta? Is it the curry leaf? Or is it pepper, kali mirch as you call it? Or is it elaichi, which we call cardamom? And your time begins now. You can see it on screen. That is a big, big clue. Multiple choice again. We'll have to wait. Please go back.
It moved very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, you're back again now. You can start. And please ignore the answer options, or rather, please ignore the answered IDs that you see. Those will remain at 0 because we will pull up the data from the backend. Please do not worry about your name not reflecting. 10 seconds more. 5 seconds. And time is up. Let's take a look at the answer slide. I think most of you, if not all, would have got this correct. This is the humble but the very, very important thing that we call the curry leaf, also called curry patta or curry patta because patta is literally leaf. Let's show you the answer. That's all right. Let the question pop up twice. You'll still get marks only for one correct attempt, right? The answer, of course, is curry patta or curry leaf. Very, very good. Let's show you question number 17. What exactly is khaskhas, which is used in many dishes in India, including the very famous Bengali dish, which is called aloo poshto? And I think that's a very, very nice appetizing image of aloo poshto there. Is khaskhas the poppy seed? Is it kalonji? Is it onion seed? Or is it as simple as aniseed? Which of these four? And your time begins now. I think it's moving ahead faster. Please press the forward button only once. Otherwise, people will get alarmed. 30 seconds is what you get for a multiple choice question. Ten seconds more. And your time is up. Let us show you the answer. I think many of you would have got this. Slightly shocking when I first learned about it in my youth, but how tasty is it? This is the poppy seed. This is the dried seeds of the opium plant. So you can see how shocking sometimes the kitchen can be as well. As long as the kitchen doesn't get raided by the authorities, we should be good using khaskhas to make our aloo poshto. Good. Points to everybody who mentioned that it was poppy seed. Let's show you question number 18. Question 18 here at Achchi Bhook. What is the main ingredient of the Hyderabadi dish, very famous Hyderabadi dish called Khubani ka meetha? So basically what you have to guess is, what does Khubani mean in Urdu? Because meetha is sweet. Does Khubani mean pumpkin? Does it mean apricot? Or does it mean mango? Or does it mean something as simple as apple? 30 seconds beginning now. It is the main ingredient in Khubani ka meetha. And the main ingredient is Khubani, which is what fruit essentially? Last 10 seconds. Lupin Aptivate is giving me hunger pangs now. Time is up. Let us show you the answer. I think many of you would have got this right, especially the people who joined in from Hyderabad. This would be really simple. Khubani is nothing but apricot, and Khubani ka meetha is made up of apricots. That's the primary ingredient, in addition to all the dry fruits and other things. Points to everybody who clicked on apricot. Good answer. Let us take you quickly to question number 19. Lupin Aptivate Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz 2022. Wrong kind of questions to be asking at lunchtime. Everything is making me hungry. All right, an audience question. Nice. Audience, your turn. Almost 10,000 of you watching. This is your question. You know what to do. You have to WhatsApp it to the number you will see on screen. Let's show you the audience question. The picturesque state of Kerala is known as the Spice Garden of India. Which spice in Kerala, which Kerala spice, thought to be the world's most cultivated spice, is popularly called King of Spices or Black Gold? Is it clove? Is it black pepper? Is it nutmeg? Or is it something as simple as mustard? Audience, you will have to WhatsApp your answer as a message to 93035 26628, and we will collect all the right answers and we will get a special something to you that will make it worth your while. All right, let us move on to the real foodie questions for the participants. Question coming up is 19. Which very famous Delhi restaurant, started by Lala Kundan Lal Gujral and others of his kind in Delhi in the year of independence in 1947, is usually credited for perfecting dishes like butter chicken and dal makhni? The one thing common to both of them is lots and lots of butter. Is it Delhi Darbar? Is it Moti Mahal? Is it Kake di Hatti? Or is it the Pindi restaurant? And your time starts now. What you see on screen is the late Lala Kundan Lal Gujral. 1947 is when this restaurant was started. You have to pick one of the 4 options. 20 seconds to go. At the back end, we see that scores are racking up. So please do not get concerned about the fact that you cannot see it on screen here. Last 3 seconds. We see a question which says, can we turn the cameras on? I think it eats up bandwidth. So please make sure that you do not get locked out because of that. Let's show you the answer for which restaurant perfected dal makhani and butter chicken. As most of you guessed it correctly, this is, of course, let's bring it up. Moti Mahal in Delhi. Moti Mahal is what we are looking for. As you can see, this vintage sepia toned photo of Moti Mahal. It says leads in Indian dishes. Points to everybody who said Moti Mahal. Let's show you question number 20. where in India would you find something called the Roshaghar or Roshagara, one of the largest kitchens in the world? It makes Mahaprasad for 25,000 faithfuls every day, a number which can go up to 100,000 on special days. And there's a big clue in the picture as well. Is it in Shirdi? Is it in Jagannath Puri? Is it in Tirupati? Or is it way up high in Vaishno Devi? And your time starts now. Take a close, hard look at that picture. Huge clue, 30 seconds. I think nobody should miss this because all four answers have a divine blessing attached to them. You just need to pick the right one. 15 seconds to go. Last 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry, hurry if you haven't already. Roshaghara. And your time is up. Let's show you the answer. I think most of you would have got it correct. If not from the picture, at least from the number of faithful who eat every day. The answer we were looking for, those were the domes of the Jagannath Puri temple. Jagannath Puri is the answer we are looking for. For those of you who are interested in etymology, the English word juggernaut also comes from the story and rituals related to the Jagannath Puri temple. The Jagannath chariot, which once started, is very, very difficult to stop no matter who or what comes in its way. The British, once they saw it for the first time, they were impressed. And of course, they could not pronounce Jagannath correctly. So they started calling it juggernaut. And now it is a proper word in English, which you will find in all standard dictionaries. Jagannath Puri will get you points. Let's move on into the last few questions of the quiz. We have already finished more than halfway mark. Question number 21, one of the Lupin Aptivate syrup questions. Tinospora cordifolia or heart-leaved moonseed is a herbaceous vine commonly found in the tropical regions of the Indian subcontinent. Traditionally used in Ayurveda, it is one of the 9 herbs from which Aptivate syrup is made. You just have to tell me what is the common Indian name of the plant called Tinospora cordifolia, whose leaves you see there, and whose Indian name you will find on a box of Lupin's Aptivate syrup as well. Is it Sauf? Is it Giloy? Is it Pipli? Or is it Kutki? And your time starts now. "30 seconds to pick the right answer. "20 seconds to go. Last 8 or 7 seconds and we will finish the timer. And time is up. Let's show you the answer. I hope you got this right. Lupin's Aptivate bringing you this Achchi Bhook quiz, the school foodie quiz of 2022. The answer we were looking for is, of course, Giloy. Giloy juice came to the fore in the pandemic as well, and it forms an integral part of the Aptivate syrup. Let us quickly move on to the next question, which is back to a general food question. Let's see if you get this right. The name of which curry, a type of hot and spicy Indian dish, which is popular all across the world, comes from Portuguese for wine and garlic sauce? Last 15 seconds. Five seconds to go. And your time is up. Let's show you the answer. If you knew the Portuguese word for wine, that would have helped you. The Portuguese word for wine, of course, is vin, V-I-N, and alu is the Portuguese word for garlic. So Vindaloo is what we were looking for. Points if you wrote Vindaloo. Question number 23 is this. Originally known for its silverware, utensils and implements made out of silver, which street in Old Delhi is well known for the culinary or food outputs of Pandit Kanhaiya Lal and Durga Prasad Dikshit, whose shop front you can perhaps see on screen? Is it Ballimara? Is it Parathe Wali Gali? Is it Karol Bagh? Or is it Khan Market? And your time starts now. Fifteen seconds to go. We are in the last few questions of Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook, the school foodie quiz. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The time is up. Let's show you this delicious answer, this very, very delicious road. It's called Parathe Wali Gali because it is famous for its parathas, which is that shop which we showed you, Pandit Kanhaiya Lal, and of course, Durga Prasad. So Parathe Wali Gali is what we were looking for. Let us quickly take you to the next question. Somebody, Shruti says, Mirchi and Papad Parathas are the best. All right, we will keep that in mind. Good recommendation. Question number 24. What Indian American name is given to, and this is a hint, the Mexican dip now globally popular, which has avocado, salt, tomatoes, onion, and coriander? Is it hummus? Is it salsa cruda? Is it guacamole? Or is it tzatziki? Tzatziki or tzatziki? Your time starts now. 30 seconds, you need to pick one. The faster you answer, the more points you get. And there are, of course, no negatives, so guess away. From the entire team bringing you this quiz, thank you for being a part of what has been a very, very delicious and mouth-watering experience. 8 more seconds to answer this question. And your time is up. Let us show you the answer. The answer we were looking for is, of course, guacamole. Guacamole is the answer that I was looking for. I think avocado would give you the answer straight away. Points to everybody who clicked on guacamole. Next question is this. One for the audience. You know what to do. Take out your phones, WhatsApp it to the number you see at the bottom of the screen. Let's show you the question. A dough ball made of whole wheat flour and stuffed with gram flour, pulses mixed with herbs and spices, roasted and tossed with large amounts of ghee, and served with a vegetable preparation which is made up of roasted and mashed eggplant or brinjal, tomato, and potato. Which very famous dish from the Bhojpuri areas of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are we talking about? And we have given you options. Is it pav bhaji? Is it litti choka? Is it dal bati? Or is it vada sambar? Audience, that is the answer that you have to give to the WhatsApp number that you see on screen. We will give you 5 seconds to do this. In the meanwhile, we'll take the quiz ahead with our participants for today. 160 young children and parents who have logged in. What chicken dish, this is question number 25, What chicken dish was invented in Chennai, which was then Madras, by Mr. A.M. Buhari, who you see on screen there, who was a former sheriff of Madras, at his famous Buhari Hotel in the mid-1960s. And mid-1960s is a clue according to the question. Is it A, chicken 65? Is it B, chicken chettinadu? Is it C, pepper chicken? Or is it D, korigasi? Your time is 30 seconds, begins now. All the words that you see in italics are clues. You can work out the answer even if you don't know it for sure. You just need to look at it in the right way. The way in which a hungry guy looks at a hamburger, maybe. Eat it up. Eat up the question. Last 10 seconds. I think all of us will be having some Achchi Bhook by the time we finish this. Last 3 seconds to go, and your time is up. Let's take a look at what Mr. Buhari invented in the mid-1960s. Mid-1960s would put it squarely in 1965, which is why they say, according to legend, he called it chicken 65. There's also a very famous theory, alternate theory, which says that it was the 65th item on his menu and it was made of chicken, so they called it chicken 65. But this is one of the more popular ones, that it was invented in 1965. Question number 26. What name is given to a South Asian curry dish cooked with onions and then garnished with even more onions? Another style of cooking for the same dish involves using double the amount of onions than usual. What dish are we looking for? And your time starts now. You will get 45 seconds for this because this is a free text fill in the blank. Don't worry, we have a lot of spelling options for this answer. So feel free and write the answer that comes to mind. Double the amount of onions in the cooking. Or cook it with a lot of onions and garnish it with even more onions. What could the name of the dish be? So many onions. I hope they don't make you cry. 20 seconds more. Please do not worry about the spellings. Even if you do not see your spelling on screen, rest assured that the results that will come up will be the provisional results, and we will get back to you with the official results at the end of our cycle of checking. Time for this question is up. Let us show you the answer. Onions, even more onions, double the amount of onions would make it pyaz or dugna pyaz, which would make it do pyaza. Do pyaza is the recipe or the dish that we were looking for, and there are any number of veg and non-veg dishes which are called do pyaza. Very, very good answering. Next question, again for everybody playing this quiz, coming up on screen now. Cultivated in purple, green and white varieties with the folk name of sparrowgrass. Which healthy delicacy is this which you see on screen? And remember, the clue is that normal people who do not perhaps know call it sparrowgrass. This is again a fill in the blank. 45 seconds is what you get. Think, what could it be that normal people call sparrowgrass, because maybe they do not know the exact name of that thing. So whatever they heard, they just translated into sparrowgrass. Say it in your mind again and again. Sparrowgrass, sparrowgrass, sparrowgrass. What does it sound like? 15 seconds more.
The screen is stuck for me and it says refresh. Should I refresh?
Don't refresh, please. Please get in touch with ma'am, my team. Please put it on chat, ma'am. We will make sure it is sorted. And don't worry, we will make sure your answer is counted. The answer we were looking for, if you say sparrowgrass often enough, it sounds like what healthy thing? Asparagus. And that, of course, is some sparrows in some grass. A quick inside joke about it being called sparrow grass. Asparagus or asparagus or asparagus will get you points. Question number 28 about Lupin's Aptivate syrup. Lupin's Aptivate is a tonic that is enriched with the natural goodness of Sauf, Kutki, Vidang, Nagarmotha, Yavani, Giloy, Jeera, Pippali, and Amalaki. This tonic it improves your child's appetite, increases their immunity, and boosts energy. Which of the below is true about the ingredients of Aptivate syrup? Is it that all the ingredients, 50% of them are Ayurvedic? Is it that out of all the ingredients, 99% are Ayurvedic? Are 100% of the ingredients Ayurvedic? Or 88.88% of them are Ayurvedic? Your time begins now. Last 7 seconds. And your time is up. The answer that we were looking for is, of course, that it is 100% Ayurvedic. All the ingredients are the pick of the Ayurvedic bunch and 100% Ayurvedic and natural products. Very good answering. I have no doubt that 100% of you would have got this right. Let's show you the next question. What you can see is a certain kind of dish, more famously associated with a train robbery that was organized by the Hindustan Republican Association way back in 1925 during the Indian freedom struggle. Which town in Uttar Pradesh lends its name to a meat dish roasted on a skewer? A skewer is that rod, metal rod, which is also called a sulli. What is this dish? This is a free text fill in the blank kind of question. You get 45 seconds, out of which 37 are remaining. We, of course, are here at Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook, the school foodie quiz 2022, brought to you by Lupin Aptivate. Last 20 seconds to punch in those answers. And remember, we are in the business end of the quiz. Hardly 4 or 5 more questions to go. And then, of course, we will say a goodbye to all of you, and we will come back to you soonest possible with the results. Last 5 seconds. And your time is up. Let's show you the answer. That leaderboard will get refreshed after we do the checking at the back end as well. The answer we were looking for was Kakori. Kakori is the name of the town in Uttar Pradesh where there was a train robbery. A British army train was robbed and the arms and money were stolen. Legend has it that they are so soft and delicious that they were made for old toothless pilgrims who visited Kakori town. Good answer, everybody who got this right. Last 5 questions of the quiz. Using red chili peppers as its primary ingredient, what hot and tangy bottled condiment, something used in food, is named after a coastal town in Thailand? And your options are Hoisin, Hoi Phong, Sriracha, or Tabasco. Your time, 30 seconds, starts now. Twenty seconds to go. You have 4 options. You just need to pick one that is a coastal town or city in Thailand. Last 5 seconds. Punch in your answer. Pick the right one. And your time is up. Answer coming up on screen here at the Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz. It's a pretty hot answer, if I may say so myself. The answer we were looking for was Sriracha. Sriracha sauce is the sauce that comes from Thailand, and Sriracha is also the name of a coastal town or city where it was invented. Good answering. Question number 5 for the audience. Let's show you the question quickly. We will move in double quick time. One theory about this very popular sweet or dessert originating in the Indian subcontinent claims that it was accidentally invented by the personal chef of Emperor Shah Jahan. It takes its name from the Persian words for flour and water, referring to the rose water scented syrup which comes along with it, and the Hindi word for the black plum fruit, which this dessert resembles in both size as well as shape. Which very popular Indian sweet or dessert are we talking about? Is it Rasgulla? Is it Gulab Jamun? Is it Ras Malai? Or is it Basundi? Audience, you send in your answers via WhatsApp to 93035 26628. Prefix it with the 91 for India. Everybody participating, 31st question on screen. In 1921, Kirby's stand in Dallas allowed a specific type of lazy people to use a unique facility for the very first time anywhere in the world, thereby heralding a new beginning in the fast food industry. Nowadays, we see this all over the world in fast food places. All of us must have used it sometime or the other. What concept, now seen in most parts of the world, did this restaurant called Kirby's Stand start in Dallas? Is it the drive-in method? Is it the Happy Meal? Is it telephone-based ordering? Or is it combo offers like buy one, get one, etc., etc.? Which of these four? 30 seconds to guess. And your time is up. We will show you the answer slide. In the meanwhile, let me quickly get a word in with my team. Drive-in is the answer that we were looking for. Lazy people did not want to get out of their cars. Pick it, eat, and move on. Next question, question number 32. You might need some luck with your guessing unless you knew it all along. That's a clue. The US firm Wonton Food Incorporated is the world's largest manufacturer of which type of cookies? And you see some of them on screen. Is it shortbread cookies? Is it macaron cookies? Is it gingerbread cookies? Or is it fortune cookies? Your time begins now. 30 seconds to give this answer. $20 seconds to go. Last 10 seconds, get in those answers. Gingerbread, macaron, shortbread, fortune, what is it? Here at Achchi Bhook, the foodie quiz. And your time is up. Let's show you the answer. I hope you were lucky. I hope you were fortunate in your guess, because the answer we were looking for is fortune cookies. Fortune cookies will get you points. Please keep your cameras on now, because we're going to finish the quiz very, very shortly, less than 5 minutes to go. Next question coming up on screen now. Which powdered spice blend, a mix of spices in powder form, typically using the items that you see in the picture below, originated in the Indian subcontinent, and it takes its name from the property that it has to heat up the human body naturally. It brings warmth from inside naturally. I need a 2-word answer which you're supposed to type out, and your time begins now. Let me remind you, we are in Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook, the foodie quiz for schools, classes 1 through 12. The last 2 or 3 questions, and we will bring you the results only after verifying all the answers at the back end. So please do not take a look at the leaderboard and either get elated or get disappointed, because these results are only provisional. The real results, once we calculate every answer and every spelling, will come up, and we will calculate them and we will communicate them to you at the end. Time for this question is up. Warmth, heat is garam. That is, of course, a spice blend, which is a masala. Garam masala is the answer that we were looking for. Garam masala, gorom masala, anything will get points. Let's show you the next question. This question is the penultimate, the second last question of the quiz. According to legend, Chhatrapati Shivaji's stepbrother, who was called Sambhaji Maharaj, created the famous dish that we know as sambar in Thanjavur. That is one theory, that the name sambar comes from his name, Sambhaji. The new dish got created when Sambhaji Maharaj experimented with tamarind due to the non-availability of which traditional saring agent, which is used in the Maharashtrian dish called amti. I'm looking for a saring agent, something that brings sourness, and your time begins now. Second last question. We will have one question after this and we will wrap up. So please, please, please get this answer correct. Last 25 seconds to go. This is a fill in the blank answer, and do not worry about the spellings. As I promised, we will be checking every participant's answers at the back end, every spelling. As long as Caesar looks like Caesar and not scissors, you will get points, as Avinash very, very nicely said. Last 5 seconds to go, and your time is up. Let's take a look at the answer. Coming from Maharashtra myself, this is something that I grew up with. This is kokum, and any of those spellings are good. If you put some other spelling or put Garcinia indica, that will get you points as well. Let us show you the very last question of Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook, the school foodie quiz. And very fittingly, it is an Aptivate question. Commonly known as nutgrass, it has a characteristic fragrance and is generally used in spices to do with food, perfumes, as well as incense sticks or agarbatti. According to Ayurveda, it helps improve digestion, and its oil is an effective home remedy for managing stomach disorders. Which of the below Ayurvedic ingredients of Aptivate syrup is the Indian name of nutgrass? And your options are Kutki for A, B is Amla, C is Jeera, and D is Nagarmotha. Which of these? Your time starts now. "30 seconds, the last 30 competitive seconds of Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz 2022. 15 seconds to go. Make them count. Which of these is nutgrass? The Indian name of nutgrass. And your time is up. Let's take a look at the answer for the last time today. The answer we were looking for was Nagarmotha or Nagarmotha, no matter how you pronounce it. That brings us to the end of what has been a very, very entertaining and a very, very appetizing quiz. You, of course, were with Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook, the School Foodie Quiz 2022 for Indian students of classes 1 through 12 and their proud parents. If your Caesar answer got auto-corrected, please do not worry. Thank you to all of you who are a part of this Achchi Bhook quiz. Most importantly, to the parents and to the students as well. All of you have made time in your busy weekend calendar for this quiz. I want to thank each and every student who participated in the preliminary round. More than 10,000 young minds took part from 325 cities and towns across India. More importantly, I want to thank the parents who encouraged and maybe schooled them a little bit about the quiz, to the schools and teachers who encouraged them as well. This is me, Quizmaster Meghashyam Shirodkar, and the entire team at Lupin Aptivate's Achchi Bhook School Foodie Quiz, saying goodbye, thank you, and we will come to you with the official results to everybody who took part in the finals. And we hope that you will come back to an even better edition of the Foodie Quiz in 2023. Thank you, good afternoon, and God bless.